Hi, and welcome to our 5-day challenge to help you boost resilience and accelerate productivity. I'm Justin Lee. I'm going to be hosting you over the next 5 days. And this program came as a result of demand from clients that I work with. So my background, if you haven't worked with me or if you're not familiar with my work, so I spent around 25 years in sales leadership and business leadership roles, working for lots of different companies. And over the 25-year period of that corporate career, what I discovered was that for sales teams and for leadership teams, actually, we really do need to very often go back to some of the fundamentals. For sales in particular, really back to the fundamentals, asking good questions of the customer, really thinking about our growth mindset and looking for opportunities to help and support customers so that we get this mutual opportunity for growth. And then in leadership, really helping leaders to get closer to their teams, closer to the business, understand what is it that it takes to define and inspire the highest levels of performance, and in particular through coaching as leaders. But there's a theme and a trend that runs through both sales, leadership, and general business roles. And that is this requirement for people to really think about how do they maintain and strengthen resilience, because lots of us go through difficult periods in our careers, difficult periods in life. And of course, those aren't mutually exclusive. Work and life have to integrate because that's how the most successful people operate. So resilience is really important. But then alongside that is productivity. Rather than just turning up and working however many hours in a day, let's say 8 hours in a day, rather than just turning up and pushing emails around, how do we become truly productive beyond just doing work? And that's what we're going to unpack in our 5-day challenge. And we're going to look, the reason it's a 5-day challenge, we're going to have short 30-minute sessions every morning. You'll receive your email with your video in it around 8:30 in the morning, so you can get to a half an hour session before you start your work at around 9. And the idea of these sessions, you will have seen this was a live challenge that we ran, and I recorded each of the days. And we've then allowed it to be released as an on-demand challenge. So you don't have to turn up in any given week. You can work through this challenge in your own time at the start of any week for 1 week. And once you've run the program, you'll have access to the resources afterwards, so you can go through it again and again in your own time. But we cover over the 5 days the foundations and fundamentals for resilience, and then we go into accelerating productivity. And we do it in that order because actually you'll find that if we just work on productivity, for someone who hasn't built resilience, actually it can overwhelm them and make them feel even more stressed. So we really want to get back to fundamentals first. And you'll see that in the first day, we talk about a couple of things that you're probably not expecting. We talk about the importance of sleep as a way to recharge and energize ourselves. And then we talk about the importance of a morning routine. How do we set ourselves up every single day for the highest levels of success possible? And that starts first thing every day. So we get those two foundations in place. There's some ideas in there that I think you'll find quite useful and quite different from anything else you've heard on any other program. Once we've covered those fundamentals, then we start to talk about mindset. How are we thinking about ourselves? How are we thinking about work? Thinking about the possibilities and opportunities, and what happens on default if we don't start to manage our thoughts and the way that we're developing this growth mindset that we hear so often about. And then on day 3, we start to get practical. We talk about prioritization and how to prioritize, thinking about approaches to prioritization and work, and starting to separate what's important, what's urgent, what's not either of those things, and how do we start to make a plan that really helps us to accelerate our own ability to be productive. On day 4, we look at natural energy, the body's natural energy cycle. How do we start to harness that alongside the priorities of the work we've got to do, so that we really are starting to think about not only prioritizing and being effective, but doing that in a way that manages and aligns with the natural energy rhythm that happens with, or for most of us, every working day. And then on the final day, we start to pull it all together and we say, right, let's look at a couple of key principles around how we structure our diaries, how we start to manage our working week, and align all of the content from the week that we've covered. And it's a great way to start to integrate it and implement it into your life. That's why we do it over 5 days. So each day we cover a topic, you implement that topic on that day, come back the next day, we recap on that topic, move on to the next. I hope you enjoy it. It's a really fun 5 day challenge. It's also really practical, really useful. We cover principles, we cover application of the principles, and then there's a few tools in there that help you work through the principles and tools that you're using as you go through the program. So I won't hold you up anymore. I hope you enjoy the program. Have a great 5 days with us. I'll then see you every day this week as part of the on-demand challenge, and then I'll check in with you after the 5 days just to find out how you found it, and I'd love to hear your feedback on the program. But have a wonderful week ahead. Learn how to strengthen your resilience, learn how to accelerate productivity, and this could be game changing for you and for your business.